Foundation. And can I welcome you to the first event on local democracy. I'm sure you're aware it's been Local Democracy Week this week, and Councillor Simon Hackett thought it'd be very useful to actually organise this event so that it's an opportunity for you as young people to be able to ask questions, but also to be able to put your views across as well.
I'm Simon Hackett, I'm the local councillor for the area, and I'm also chair of the Wednesbury Town Committee. Well, I think the day's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, Local Democracy Week is held every year nationally, and it's about getting local councillors and MPs to engage with young people and make them more aware of the democratic process, if you like. Most young people haven't met their local councillors or MPs, so this is what today was all about. And I'm really pleased because this was the only area in Sandwell that did something as part of Local Democracy Week. So I wanted to make sure we got Jeff Lewis, who's a local councillor, myself as a councillor, Tom Watson, who's the MP, but along with other council officers who were involved in young people's issues. It's important we brought all of us together and just listen to what people have got to say, you know, rather than people like me and other people making decisions about what we think young people should do. Let's actually ask the young people.
Interesting, helpful, good to other people, for youngers. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, there should be more things because the youth away open every day, every week.
Open Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And there's nothing for the kids to do.
My name's Kevin Jeffrey and I'm Director of Wednesbury Learning Community, which means I work with all of the 16 schools in Wednesbury. We wanted to give local pupils some insight into how the democratic process works. So we wanted them to see how they could quiz local politicians and to raise their point of view and get things done.
Basically today was good, and all the people who made all the comments and that was really good and possibly happen more.
What major changes would you like to see through that?
More stuff on Friar Park and skate parks and that for them to go to, and have one-to-one meetings so they can go and talk to people, see what the problems are, and then do something about that.
And I hope what it's done is allow people to have a voice today. But they will only think that they've had that voice if we do deliver afterwards. So that's what I'm saying. Today went well, it's fantastic, everybody played their part. But unless we deliver on some of the issues that people raised, you know, it won't mean anything. People just say, well, just another, what's the point? So the delivery is what's important.
I think they've left a number of questions really for us to answer about communication, making sure they know what's going on, but also once they do know where something is, to make sure that it's a satisfying experience for them when they go.
We've got to sit down, we've got to have some kind of mechanism where a panel like today meets regular with the school councils or people from the various schools in the area. Not monthly, but several times a year, and takes up issues. So maybe the next one we actually report back on what we've delivered, and then find out more in terms of what issues the young people have got.
I'm a public health practitioner who works at the Friar Family Centre. I work with the families in the community on health issues, work very closely with the health visitors and the family support team, smoking cessation and midwife. Today we're doing Pink Tombola for breast cancer campaign. All the proceeds for that will go to them. We're also selling food, pink drink, anything pink basically, and dressing up as pink and giving donations. Well, we did it last year, this is our second year, and we were very successful last year. We're hoping the same again this year. Breast cancer awareness obviously is really important. 1 in 9 women may suffer from breast cancer during their life or be affected by it. During the fashion show, we've actually got the breast cancer care nurses here from the Sandwell Hospital, and they will be giving advice and helping women to become breast aware, which means looking and feeling breasts and knowing what their own breasts should be like each month and how they change during the cycle and once they've gone through menopause as well. So that's really, really important for women to be aware of that.
We're just making some cards basically. We've brought some packs down and just making cards basically to just make some money. It's all like pink themed and it's all girly, handbags and flip-flops and pants and things. Arts and crafts, we do that every Friday now, so it's just something that our group can bring to, help raise money.
I'm Harjit Chauhan. I work at the Friar Family Centre. I'm a food worker here. I've got my background is in nutrition, got a master's degree in nutrition, and one of my roles here is to do a lot of healthy eating sessions. We're working with children, working with adults, working with the community. And today, events like this, I do food tasters. Today I've done, everything's cooked from scratch. So I've done a healthy cheesecake with creme fraiche, low-fat creme fraiche, low-fat cream cheese, done frittata with pink smoked salmon in there. So we've got a bit of pink in everything.
These prizes have come from donations from staff from the Priory Family Centre, including the teachers, and we've had members of the public, our community, bring in gifts as well. We put tickets on. It's a 50p a ticket or £1 for 3 tickets, and then if your number comes up, you win the prize, and that's it. All the donations from this and all the money will be going to breast cancer campaign.
My name's Samantha Good and I'm the Community Library Manager for Wednesbury Town. The library's 100 today, on the 28th of October. So we've been doing lots of different things throughout the day, trying to involve all the people that use the library. So we've had storytelling for the under fives, we've had the clown and the magician in for the older children, and then we're trying to involve all the groups that use the library as well. So we've got our jewellery group and our friends group who are doing activities to show people what they do, so maybe if they want to get involved in those they can. And we've got some sepia photographs happening upstairs, so we can get you picture taken in old-fashioned clothes. So that's a keepsake for the day. So far everybody seems to have really enjoyed it. I think the staff are really enjoying it, and we're getting lots of people in who regularly use the library, but we're getting some new people in as well, which is what it's all about.
I'm Pauline Hatton. I'm a supervisor at Wednesbury Library, but I'm also responsible for the under fives activities inside the library and outside in the community. And all the children have been invited to paint a plate, their own centenary plate. These have been left behind and put on exhibition, so hopefully we can find some really nice ones out of there.
We've been given some plates from IKEA. They donated over 100 plates to us, so we decided as a keepsake to get the children to do some plate painting, and we're going to get them displayed in the art gallery. So we've just given them the idea of celebrating that the library's 100 today, and they've come up with lots of different designs and they're transferring them onto the ceramic plates.
So I'm Amanda Webb and I'm the early years outreach worker from Wednesbury North Children's Centre. Basically we're doing the 100 hands, so we're doing handprints, and there's one that Jake's done.
Later on this afternoon we're going to have the Mayor come in with our opening speeches, and we've got tea and cakes. We've also got an author, Roger Ellery, coming along. So we hope that we've done something today to include everybody and to make the library a fun place, somewhere that they'll want to come back to.
If anyone wants to come in and use the library, you can just come in and join. If you've got some ID, something with your name and address on a bill or something, that's great. But if you haven't, just come along, you can fill in the form and we'll post your library card out to you. And you can take books and use the computer straight away.
Well, the health risks with smoking mainly come from the carbon monoxide and all the poisons. There's 6,000 chemicals in a cigarette, 400 of those are poisonous. So you've got things like arsenic, battery acid, rocket fuel, embalming fluid, rat poison, benzene, which they put in petrol. So there's 400 of those poisonous chemicals. And the combination plus the tar, and the tar is literally the black sloppy stuff that you see them put on the roads. Again, that's highly toxic. So from that comes the health related diseases such as heart disease, cancers, stroke. There's more links now to smoking and diabetes. Right, David, I'm just going to do your carbon monoxide reading. This will show you exactly what's going on in your body at the moment in relation to carbon monoxide. Take the machine, when that dial gets to 0, seal your lips around the tube and blow into the tube. So, you've come up as a 5, which is brilliant. You've been stopped smoking for 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days, so as you can see, on what you were smoking, you would have been right up in the red here.
Yeah.
So that means your pulse has returned to normal, oxygen's come back into your blood, your body's working as it should do, and hopefully can start to repair some of the damage that your smoking might have done.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Sounds wicked.
Yeah. Well, the research shows that you are 50% more likely to stop smoking if you use one of the stop smoking treatments, such as nicotine replacement therapy, Zyban, or Champix, the new treatment for stopping smoking. And then if you have motivational support, such as coming to the Stop Smoking service, that takes you up another 25 to 30%. So you're then only looking at a small amount of willpower needed, as opposed to going it alone, where you'd be looking at perhaps 100% willpower. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how important is it to you right now to be stopping smoking?
10.
Right, okay. That's really high. Why is it so high?
Just for my own health.
Right, okay. That's really important to you right now.
Yeah.
And the same scale, 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how confident are you feeling that you're going to do this week?
10.
10? What's making you feel so confident?
So I've done it there 2 days with nothing at all.
Yeah.
And now I've got my patches and my nicotine gum, and I've the fact that I'm going to touch a fake ever again.
It's a really good idea to come back for about 4 weeks every week. Then after that, you can come once a fortnight, or even just swap to telephone support if that's enough for you.
Yeah.
But you know, hopefully you'll stick with it and still be seeing you in about 10 to 12 weeks' time.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. Pleased to help you.
Thank you.
I think sessions like this benefit the community because it's local. That's the most important thing. People haven't got to catch buses to come and help. We also do daytime and evening sessions, so hopefully that's flexible enough to fit in with people's lifestyles. If they can't get to one of the sessions regularly, then we also provide telephone support. Some of the local pharmacies also do schemes as well, so there's really lots of opportunity to get extra help and support from Sandwell Stop Smoking Service in this area. So the free phone telephone number for Sandwell Stop Smoking Service is 0800 073 1388.
It's a young person's clinic, so it's free to anybody under the age of 25. We're here every Tuesday evening from 4 till 6. The only days that we shut, obviously, if Tuesday happens to be a bank holiday. And we do full range of contraception services, so that's pills, condoms, implants. We also do pregnancy tests. We do advice on pregnancy choices for people who are not sure if they want to continue a pregnancy. And we also do chlamydia screening, so it's quite good. They've got a full range. It's really important. We've got one of the highest rates of teenage pregnancy in the UK. We've also got increasingly higher rates of chlamydia. So it's really important to get the messages across to young people, because the increases in STIs particularly are with the under 24s. Friar Park, the clinic was put here initially because Friar Park was one of the hot spots for teenage pregnancy in Sandwell. It's not at the top of the league anymore, but it still has quite high rates. We have a doctor here, so things that need to be prescribed by a doctor, she's here to do that as well. So it's a sort of really comprehensive service. there are young people who do want to have kids. So we talk to them about sort of healthy pregnancies, healthy eating, you know, avoiding the tobacco, the illegal drugs, alcohol. We also talk to them about sort of making sure that they make appropriate arrangements with the midwives, GPs and all that kind of thing. So we do that as well. And we also discuss natural family planning. Natural family planning is the only family planning for people like Catholics, for example, and it can be used to avoid a pregnancy, or if someone's having problems conceiving, it can be used the other way to help people conceive. So we do that as well. They can get in contact with me either through the clinic here, through the family planning department, which is 0121 612 2323, or also I have got cards that young people are given, and it's got my name, landline number and mobile number on that they can access and ring me themselves.
Good afternoon, JobLink Tip Turn. Hi, my name's Ellie Price and I'm Employment Advisor for JobLink North.
I'm Ted Cook, I'm Team Leader for JobLink North. Unemployment is high in Sandwell in general terms. Academic achievement is relatively low in certain areas, so it's difficult for some people to find careers rather than just jobs. They can get short-term jobs quite often, but nothing that will carry them through over a number of years and allow the family to grow. So JobLink are there to provide the support to guide them into the training or to suggest career paths and work closely with them, identifying their own skills and abilities and really promoting themselves so that they believe in themselves more so than they did before. The success ratio that we've got of over 1 in 3 getting to work from all the people we see, so it's pretty good. It's higher ratio in North Sandwell, with somewhere around the 45 to 50% going into work from those people who register from the area.
Each client is different and we will tailor our service to what the client needs at the end of the day. So if it's just a client that comes in and they've never used the internet before to job search, we can take them through it, show them the different websites that we use that are usually the best ones to use, can show them how to log on, look for jobs. We actually go into companies on redundancy issues and we can speak to the people that are being made redundant about the service that we can offer and how we can help them. Or it might just be someone walking on the street but they need a CV. Assisting people with application forms, we can help them with that, and interview techniques as well.
So we not only support them on the application online, but we'll also help them set up their own personal email, because quite often you can't get past page 2 without your email address. So we'll equip them with the email address and we'll show them how to use it, how to file, how to store, how to delete emails and how to print. We're not limited to who we work with in any way, shape or form. If someone's employed but is seeking a change in career or seeking different promotional aspects or even a way of getting into a new line of work, we can work with people who are employed. We can work with people who've never worked, and it's really good when we're working with people who've had a career break for a particularly lengthy period, because you see such a dramatic change in that individual as they progress.
Hi guys, so this is the MAP.
Yeah, this is the mobile action point, and this is my colleague Mac, who drives the map around the Sandwell area.
Well, the mobile action point was an initiative set up by Sandwell Council a few years ago to promote the services of JobLink and also to help local people into local jobs. Nowadays it's used as a signpost, a focal point for people who look out for me in the area, and I go to local supermarkets and resource centres and neighbourhood offices and things like that to promote our services and help people into work with CVs and advice and guidance.
We've got the general phone number here, the direct one, which is 0121 557 4480. We each have our own email addresses rather than use a generic one, and that reinforces that bond you get with an individual. So our literature gives our details, location and where we operate, and we work from there. And we work at the individual's pace rather than try and force feed people.
I'd like to introduce Steve Bedser, the chair of North Sandwell Action Plan, who's going to be our MC for the day.
Welcome to a celebration event, a celebration of a number of years of hard work on the part of the local authority and partner organisations across the borough and beyond that have contributed to the delivery of projects that have made a real difference. And there's some phenomenal work being put into the programme. And to congratulate ourselves, we have here today Elaine Corbett and Ellie Price from JobLink. We are going to give an award to the Capital Projects team. Congratulations to the Friar Partnership. What the fire service are doing are saving people's lives. So a round of applause for Step Forward.
Okay, straight up to me. Okay, that's it. Big smiles. Come on, cheer up a bit.
First time we've ever organised a function of this nature, and we've entitled it the Autumn Fair, Universal Brotherhood Autumn Fair for 2008, and it's a fair to raise funds for a charitable cause, which is in essence a minibus. We found that a lot of the elderly users of our centre here in Wednesbury were having difficulties in accessibility, so we decided, the youth got together and thought, we should do something about it. So we decided to hold a charity event, and we entitled it, because it's October now, so we decided to call it the Autumn Fair. Yeah, this morning we were privileged that the worshipful Mayor of Sandwell came and opened the Autumn Fair for us. It was an honour to have him here, and he supports events of this nature, which is very encouraging because it assists us in promoting what we wish to promote in the community, to bring harmony in the community and raise awareness about the activities which are happening, the positive activities which are happening on the ground. And with the Mayor helping in this way, I think it's a very positive thing for the community of Sandwell.
Today, obviously, it's a fun-packed day for the Asian community. Obviously, a lot of people are trying to raise funds for a minibus for the elderly. So, it's, once again, being the Mayor is part of my year as Year of Communities to support these kind of events and to encourage other places throughout the borough to, work with all communities in raising funds, making people aware of what's happening, and just having a really good community fun day. It's great to see everyone enjoying themselves. We've had a good look round, and there's something for everybody here, and especially outside as well. Like, you know, there's some nice food, there's going to be some great music a bit later on, and everyone in here today is doing their part.
The centre's actually open 24 hours. There's always somebody here, but in terms of the opening times, it's 9 o'clock till 6 o'clock for people to use the facilities, and then from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock we have a kind of worship session every day, and then on Thursday evenings it's conducted in the English language. The worship is here, and it's run by young people, and the whole operation is by young people. On Sundays we have a worship session from 10:30 till 12:30, and all the activities, for example today we're holding it on a special day on a Saturday, but we have yoga which takes place 3 times a week, and that's free to the whole community, and we have actually a lot of members of the Wednesbury community who come and join into that yoga session. We have a kickboxing which is run by a volunteer, that happens on Tuesday evenings at 6 to 7, and we're promoting various other activities to be held here at the centre.
Development Officer. I'm based at Smethwick Bangladesh Youth Forum, and my role is funded by the Sandwell PCT Community Health Network team, and my remit is to work with the Bangladeshi community, raising awareness on health across the Sandwell borough. Today I've put on an event for the women in Wednesbury, the Bangladeshi women here. It's an Eid/health party. Ramadan's just passed, which is a holy month of fasting for Muslims. It's a celebration of that holy month, as well as carrying an important health message. I think it's an opportunity for them to kind of get out. It's also about well-being, mental well-being, being in an environment where we're in a familiar environment with fellow community members, enjoying food, enjoying conversation, as well as receiving important health information. Today's event has included a number of activities. I've already mentioned Jackie Nation, who was a TB specialist.
Hello, my name's Jackie Nation, and I'm a TB clinical nurse specialist from Sandwell Hospital. I not only work at the hospital but cover the entire Sandwell area in the care of people with TB and in control and prevention. I've come along today to give an awareness session to the population here. Really, it's just about making people aware of TB, so that if they develop any of the symptoms, that they're able to go to their doctors and ask for screening for TB. We hope they will spread the word within their family and their community.
We've also got colleagues from Groundwork who have brought in some mint and coriander plants, and those 2 particular plants are used quite extensively in Bangladeshi cooking. So it's just bringing home to the community members things that they're familiar with, trying to encourage them to kind of learn basic skills about growing plants within the home. So something they enjoy really.
I'm Diane Robinson, I'm a community artist, and I work at Park Hill on a Tuesday afternoon.
And I'm Jenny McIntyre, the Year 1 teacher, and I help out with art club after school.
We've done a young artist competition. It's a pavement art. So last week the kids had to think about an endangered species, and they had to make some drawings on a slab, sort of size paper. So we'll select one now, it has been selected, and we can put one entry in, and we send that entry off into the competition, which is a national competition.
I think as well as art skills, it gives them more confidence and more coordination, so it helps with their writing. We talk about other issues, so today we've been doing about the endangered animals, so that's linking into science, and we try and get it to go across as many subjects as possible. And you can see their skills developing, and those ones that have been to Art Club have got that boost of confidence as well.
I'm Hazel Taylor, I'm head teacher at Park Hill Primary School. We had an Ofsted inspection in March, and we had satisfactory with elements of good. So we can improve, but everybody can improve. We give children experiences that they wouldn't have elsewhere. We have lots of out-of-school clubs, and we want children to experience lots of different things. You know, not just being in the classroom, you know, 9 till 3:30. It's those that come to art club. They're interested in art and to develop their skills in art, and they can concentrate on art. In a classroom, you've got 7 other subjects to think about, but at art club, you know, you just think about art skills.
There's no, and I'm quite keen, there's no differentiation on it at all. All the kids are equal. You know, if they're sort of high achievers or lower achievers, in art club and through the arts, visually it motivates them because they're all on the same level. Whatever they do is celebrated the same way.
Art is very important. We do have Art Smart Gold, and this year we're going for it again, because you have to go for it every 3 years, have to be renewed every 3 years. Art Club is the one club in the school that is flourishing, and it's one of the clubs that not only have children who want to be artists, but also give the gifted and talented artists chance to improve their skills.
I'm Trevor Hancock, and I'm head teacher of the Friar Primary School. I took over 5 years ago when the school was in special measures and had been so for a very long time. Was in danger of being closed by the authority, but persuaded the authority to back us with money to build a new school, to provide the excellent facilities that we've got here, and to lead the school out of special measures and give this estate a school that it was proud of, and I think we've achieved that. Well, the building itself is absolutely phenomenal. I'm delighted that I was actually involved from day one with the planning of that, so I was able to get a school designed to meet the needs of our children here and to meet the needs of the modern curriculum. But the partnership with Sure Start was crucial in that we had a shared vision of what this centre could actually provide for the local community. And I think we've achieved that, and beyond our wildest dreams, in fact. I mean, if I can give you an example of how important this building is, before we moved into this new building, in a 3-month period, I had over £30,000 worth of vandalism and theft in the old building. Since we moved into this building, we haven't had one single incident of vandalism or theft. 2 years ago, we were the 13th most improved school in the country, and that was acknowledged by the government. Standards have risen year on year. We actually served the most deprived ward in the whole of Sandwell, and yet in the league tables we are not bottom, we're nowhere near the bottom, we're up there in the middle and towards the top in some subjects. Across Wednesbury, we're one of the best performing schools in the whole of Wednesbury, and so our aspirations, our high expectations are now paying off. We pay as much attention to the emotional security and development of our children as we do to their academic development, because without them feeling safe, secure and emotionally stable, they're not going to be ready to learn. So if you will look at our children, they rush to school, they don't want to leave, they're very happy to be here and very engaged in their learning. The facilities that we've built for them help that. The high skill levels of the staff help that, and the very caring attitude that we have towards children. And I'm not embarrassed to say we actually surround them with love. And that's the core reason that they're engaged with us. What we've been very keen to do is to say to our local community that we're all learners, hence it's the learning centre. And a family centre, and we're trying to provide services that will inspire adults to improve their own learning, whether it be through formal qualifications or informal activities, and provide opportunities to help them get back to work, so giving them the skills that they need to get back to work. Right, this is our exciting early years outdoor play area, which is designed to be in 2 parts, half for Sure Start, half for us, and then opened up during holiday times. The work should be completed in about 2 weeks. It's been designed by Groundswork, which is a local community charity, and they provided the work, and we've worked with the landscape designers to produce this, and it is one of the most innovative play areas that you'll find in the whole of the country. There'll be bike tracks there for them, there's a running stream that they can splash in and out of, tunnels to climb through and so on, and the planting will actually be done by the children in about 2 weeks' time.
I am the Youth Volunteer Development Manager for VFlex Sandwell, which is a part of Rathbone. Well, Rathbone is a training organisation that does work-based learning for young people aged 16 to 19, and VFlex Sandwell is their volunteering arm, so it works with young people aged 16 to 25 around developing volunteering opportunities for young people of that age group, as well as working with organisations to support them to build capacity within their organisations to host young volunteers. Yeah, so tonight we've had our launch for VFlex Sandwell, and it's just been a combination of a variety of things, participation tasks for organisations, as it's been basically a whole event to encourage organisations to take on volunteers across Sandwell. So our youth action team have basically planned the event. Now I've had to put it together, but they planned it, and we've had Adrian Bailey, the MP for West Bromwich, here today talking about how wonderful it is to see young people wanting to make a difference within their local communities.
I'm Cora Greenwood. I'm Kalita Hibbert. I'm here as part of the Youth Action Team. VFlex is quite a fairly new organisation within Sandwell, and it's been fortunate in that its popularity has grown just amongst youth itself, so it hasn't required any sort of big marketing. So it really has all been youth-led.
The young people that come to that volunteering mentoring meeting, they're smart people, they just need a lot of encouragement, they just need confidence building up, and yeah, just to get back into education really.
Our youth action team, they're our kind of ambassadors for youth volunteering, so they'll basically be going into youth clubs, youth centres, doing detached work, anywhere where young people are at, they'll be there promoting volunteering and promoting the benefits of volunteering and how young people can access volunteering opportunities. Anybody between the age of 16 to 25 that live in the Sandwell area, that have got to work in Sandwell, live in Sandwell, or go to college or have some kind of education or training in Sandwell. So it's anybody across 6 towns. They just need to contact VFlex Sandwell on 0121 553 5819 and speak and ask for, should I say, Kelly.
My name's Alison McCallum. I work for a small Black Country-based training provider called Midland Training, and I run what we call our vocational programs. Now these are programs designed for students who are still at school but may be interested more in learning in sort of work-based and work-related learning. So there are vocational programs like construction or auto, or all those sorts of things that are, far more hands-on and work-based really. And our specialism basically is getting young people actually into the workplace. So if you think back to your old kind of work experience programs at school where, if you were lucky, you went to work with dad for a week or something like that. This is taking that to absolutely the next step. So a young person might go to the world of work 1 day a week for a year, 2-year period, and while they're doing that, getting all that great sort of work experience, actually sort of studying for work-based qualifications. So typically things like NVQs, which companies actually use to assess their own work base. So that's what we're about really. We've had a number of young people, working in sort of small to medium-sized garages doing construction. Young people may be interested in nursery nursing, working in local nurseries. Again, it's almost an infinite thing. If a young person's got a particular area of interest, locally, there are so many, particularly small to medium-sized companies, we can, try and slot them into that area. A community centre like this is in the heart of their community. It's the sort of place that their families use. So it's, for us, if there have been problems in the school setting, which for some of these young people there have been, we can sort of sidestep, that issue come to a place where they feel safe and secure, reap the benefits really of all the different sort of community groups and voluntary groups that are out there, trying to work together to help young people. And I think community venues are a really good focal point for that. So this particular group of young people at the centre we're in today can hopefully benefit from that connection, so they can experience sort of vocational education, key skills education in terms of English, maths and ICT, but also start to think about their role in the wider community. And I think getting positive experiences for young people is the way they're going to achieve and the way they're going to expand and grow.
My name's Ellie Mae Parks. I'm the Director of Community Regeneration and Human Resources at Black Country Housing Group. Black Country Housing Group has been in existence over 30 years. And it's regarded as a community regeneration agency with good quality housing at its core. So we provide housing, so we're talking about flats, we're talking about houses, we're talking about accommodation with support for older people, younger people, people with mental health problems. And we provide good quality housing, as I mentioned, but it's also about providing those additional services as well to help people to lead independent and fulfilling lives. For example, we have a home improvement agency, and that agency actually works with people in their own homes to carry out improvements, and it will also help work with residents to perhaps generate the resources, the funding that they need to upgrade their houses. We also provide, we've got a care company where we have members of staff that actually go into people's homes and provide care to them in order for them to maintain independent lives, as opposed to going into hospital or into care. We also have a community regeneration agency, which is the department that I'm in charge of, where we're responsible for delivering projects in and with the community in partnership. So, for example, we're delivering a health project, a local involvement project across Stanwell. So residents in Wednesbury, we very much encourage them to get involved. We want people to get involved in our LINK project, the Local Involvement Network. So anyone who's interested in health and social care, who wants to improve health and social care in their area, we'll encourage them to contact us to get involved. We also provide, as I've mentioned, a home improvement agency where we can actually talk to people who own their own homes, who might want to carry out repairs but they're not sure about how to raise the finances to do that. We also want to work in partnership with other agencies to try and get more people back into work. So we're looking to work under the Flexible New Deal programme, which is a new programme, Department for Work and Pensions, in order to support people with their needs, to address some of those barriers that are preventing them from actually getting into jobs and getting into work. There's a number of ways. They can actually come to our head office here in Blackheath at 134 High Street, Blackheath, and they can talk to staff here, or they can actually visit our website at www.bcha.co.uk, and they can find information about our housing, or they can telephone us here at the office and speak to the allocations officer, who will be able to speak to them and give them advice about their housing options.
My name is Akikul Islam. I'm the support officer for the Stanwell Link project. Stanwell Link is a local involvement network of individuals and organisations that are essentially trying to improve health service and social care service provision in Stanwell. Basically, the idea is that individuals and organisations will join this forum and they'll work with commissioners of healthcare. They'll engage with the community and find out how they feel health service and social care service can be sort of tailored to meet their needs. They'll undertake consultations that the Department of Health are sort of undertaking. They'll work with social care commissioners and providers as well. So these are the ways in which they hope they can sort of improve health and social care service provision in Stanwell. Well, it could be, for instance, GP waiting times. This might be a prominent issue in a particular area. It could be sort of hospital treatment, aftercare treatment, for instance, and social care service provision as well. Someone might have experienced problems with social care service provision, or they might have a loved one who sort of had bad experiences of social care, and then they'll obviously try to get those opinions on board and sort of take it from there, really. Membership of the link is of two types. You can be an actual member of the Sandwell link, or you can be a participant. Being a member will mean basically getting involved more actively, canvassing the views of the community, undertaking consultations, for instance, and sort of building relationships with providers. Being a participant will mean sort of being less actively involved, and it might mean sort of feeding in views whenever you have the opportunity, and just be kept informed really of what Link is doing. We appreciate the fact that every volunteer will vary in terms of the time they can commit to the cause, so that's why so you have two levels of membership. Also, members have the opportunity to become part of the managing group, which will mean that they'll sort of be in charge of overseeing the structure of the link.
What's the number then, if people want to get involved?
It's 0121 561 1969. Alternatively, we have email address, that's www.sandwelllink, that's all one word, at bcha, as in Black Country Housing Association.co.uk.
Hi, I'm Mindora Sandhu. I'm the childcare broker for the Family Information Services, support parents back into employment, training or education, or parents that may have children with special needs and supporting them finding respite care and other help as well. The main role is finding suitable childcare in the Sandwell Borough. So parents may be stuck finding whether they want to go back into employment. So our aim is to network with other agencies like the job centres, connections, steps to work, signpost the parents to them to find what work they require. And the childcare broker looks at providing choices for the parents to find suitable childcare. This could be like settings in nurseries, play centres, playgroups and creches and childminders. The Family Information Services signposts provide information and advice, and also we have a service directory which we sort of provide to the professionals, so we network together. It's all about communication and working together really. We have quite a few parents go back into employment and where they've found a suitable childcare through the Family Information Services. Again, we collate all that information on our database, and then people ring us up and find what kind of childcare they want, which area they want. If they do get stuck, that's where the childcare broker actually comes in and sort of supports the parents. We network with other services, so we do a lot of outreach work. The childcare broker does that and attends events in the community. This is where we can sort of do the outreach and work face to face with parents if they don't know about the service what we provide. They've got the contact number on the leaflets that sort of we provide. It's 0121 569 4914.
What does Race Equality do?
It's a strategic organisation that looks at how we can support key partners within the Borough of Sandwell to comply with requirements of the Race Relations Amendment Act 2000. It's also there to offer a hand-holding support service, so if we do have strategic partners who need advice, who need support if they've got issues that they need resolving, as an organisation we sit around a table informing policymakers, informing those organisations on the way forward, and actually being part of the big conversation to ensure that the residents and citizens within this borough, that they are properly catered for by the service providers and that their needs are appropriately met, to ensure that they have a sense of well-being and that this borough continues to thrive and go forward in the way that it should. An organisation of this type has been around for at least 35 years, and what we have found with the sort of unique position of Sandwell, its unique makeup of the 6 towns and the diverse diverse community that we have, an organisation such as ours offers that support to, you know, bringing people together, allowing the conversations to take place, allowing people to recognise that people are different. It helps people to understand and not be frightened about things that are different. We facilitate change, and as a result of that, we have a borough that for many years now we've had no disturbances. Thank God for that, and people in the main get on really well, and we're part of that process to ensure that the cohesiveness of the borough is maintained. We run a number of projects. We run the housing and regeneration programme, where we look at how housing is allocated to people within the borough. We look at what investments are coming into the area, and we shape and influence the decisions around where investment is to take place. We run a crime and community justice programme, so we look at the way the police operate, the way the probation service operate, the way the criminal justice system operates, and we're there to ensure that people and their rights are upheld and maintained, and that their voice is heard, and that people are treated in the way that they should be, with dignity and respect. We run a heritage project looking at transition within schools, where young people and their education attainments are monitored, and we feed back into the education system to ensure that we do have a group of young people who leave school, who can read, who can write, who have got ambition, who has got a clear focus on the future, and that really helps to ensure that those young people for the future are properly equipped to access work, and to ensure that the borough, we keep those people within the borough to ensure that the borough continues to grow. So that's just a number of the projects that we have running. We have a few more, but that gives you a flavour of some of the things that we actually do. People can get involved with us, whether they just want general information. They can just give us a call on 0121 541 1775, and we can signpost them if we're not the right organisation to the organisations that can help them. We have our own little library here of information, so we can give them information around the work that we do. If they're interested in working with us and understanding more about us, again, they can give us a call on that number, ask myself, Derek Campbell, and we're quite happy to talk to anybody and give them as much advice and support as we can.